Just relax, Dustin. You're not ending world hunger. Not tonight, anyway. Do you like the Monkey D. Luffy? This is the best anime of all time. One Piece, hands down. If anyone argues that fact, well, they can kiss my ass. Okay, I'm here to talk about E3. And as you could have divined by the title of this video, why you should not go to E3. I'm going to talk about E3 in three parts. The Entertainment Electronics Gaming, Entertainment Electronics Expo, Electronic Entertainment Expo. I'm not sure entirely how that all goes. Anyway, it's E3. They show off video games. My wife was wonderful, and last year she got us tickets to E3. Her and myself. It was a nice husband-wife getaway. More husband getaway than wife getaway. She was very kind in that fact, and she let me know it. We also vlogged the whole thing, and so I'm going to put that in the annotation or in the not the comments, but the description down below. I'll put it there as well, so you can take a look at that. It's not very good. I'm not a professional vlogger, but you'll be able to see some of the stuff that we did. Anyway, E3. We got to go, and I had some expectations about E3 in going. I expected, now I'd been watching E3 for a few years now, being a gamer and a fan of the gaming community of the gaming market. And I thought going to E3, I would experience these grand showcases where I got to sit in the audience and watch as they unveiled new games and technology to the gaming sphere. That was not the case, but I'll get into that in a moment. I also thought that I would be able to play some of the games at the event. Well, fancy that. What a novel idea, right? And I also thought that the event itself would be reasonably sold, and I would be able to experience an event that I'd seen on television, not television, but streaming online several times before. All of my expectations were dashed. The first thing is, the E3 that you may think exists, that I thought existed, where you'd buy your ticket and you'd go get a sit-in on these showcases, that doesn't exist. You have to get separate tickets, separate passes for these showcases. And I know there might be some of you out there saying, you're an idiot. If you didn't realize that already. Well, yes, I am an idiot. But also, shut up. I'm making this at 12:45 in the morning. My family's trying to sleep, and I'm a terrible person for doing it, but I'm doing it anyway because I want to get it out. I intended to get it out after the event that we went to last year, but I procrastinated, and so here we are just a few days before the event this year to try and warn you. Now, I know this warning is going to come off very late because if you're going this year, no doubt you've already bought your tickets. I'm sorry. I hope your experience is different from the experience that I had at E3. And I think my camera might be crooked, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that right now. Alright, I'm a little bit worried about it. But I just straighten it out. So it was kind of funny how I found this out. So my wife had bought the tickets for the event, and my buddy and I, we do a podcast. It's called Culture Jacked. If you haven't heard it already, go find it on iTunes. It's amazing if we've put out an episode. And so we were doing the podcast. We were getting ready to talk about E3, and so he started looking it up, and he's like, so when are these showcases? I'm looking at the ticket, the event times that we had, and all these showcases happened before the event. And I'm like, what the heck? That's not what my ticket is. My ticket, all this stuff's already done. It's over with. It turns out, and if you're one of the few like me that didn't know, these showcases aren't part of it. You just go into this big event center, and there's booths that are set up by the different developers and publishers of the different games, and you get to play some of the games, you get to talk to some of the developers. Well, that's what they advertise anyway. You get to buy some merchandise, and you get to walk around elbow to elbow, ass to ass, cheek to cheek with your, few thousand of your friendliest gaming neighbors. The smell was incredible. That was my first misconception about E3. The second misconception that I had about E3 was the games. You get to go and you get to play new games that other gamers haven't gotten a chance to play yet, and that's awesome. I was so excited about that. As soon as they had us all in little cattle channels to go into the event hall, and they released us one line by one line, and we went into the hall, and it was just a rush to your favorite games, and we got in there, and I remember wanting to play a game, and we got over there to Kingdom Hearts, the new Kingdom Hearts 3. I was really excited about playing that, and we got in line. No, we didn't get in line. We got there, and there was a person at the end of the line with a little sign that said, "The line is full, check back in 30 minutes." So we leave, and we come back, and the line had emptied and then filled back up again. Guy with a little sign says, "Hey, line's full, check back in 30 minutes." And this happened over and over and over with many games. The Smash Bros. Queue was outrageous. A lot of the Nintendo games, the Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon games were full. Though we did play a really awesome game called Killer Queen Black in the Nintendo queue. So that's either coming out soon or it's already come out. But that's amazing. So buy that if you have 7 other friends and you want to play some cool single screen versus action. Anyway, off topic, I said to my wife, well, wouldn't it be great if we could play some games? And she said, that sure be swell. Oh, we were so frustrated. And it was packed. There were so many people in there. The event was way oversold. And I wanted this video to serve as kind of a warning to people looking to go to E3, or maybe people that have missed out this year that didn't get tickets to it, and you're disappointed, you're bummed out. And I can understand you're bummed, but it is not what you expected. If your expectations were anything like my own, my wife and myself were really disappointed at the event. It was a 3-day event. We only went the first 2 days because it was just, someone said, yeah, if you want to go see a game, one, you got to get there first thing. Otherwise that line's going to be full all day. And some lines they closed like halfway through the event, that they said you can't have any more people in here. But you got to get there really early, and then even if you do get there really early, it's like a 7-hour wait for some of the more popular games. 7 hours, that's like the whole event. So if you're waiting 7 hours for one game, you get to play that one game, you come back for 3 days, you get to play 3, maybe 4 games total. That is not worth your money. It really is not. And so I put this out there as a warning to other people that may be considering going to E3. Now, my wife and I, we can take the hit. The tickets, the airfare, the accommodations, everything going into the event costs you a good chunk of change. However, we're okay. Now, I want to put this out there because I don't want that 19, 20-year-old kid from the Midwest who saved and scrapped up enough Skrilla to make it to this show, and then be disappointed with once they get there. So if you're that person, if you're thinking about going, I mean, this is just one man's opinion, but I say don't do it. Stay home until word gets around that they've improved the event. I have a few ideas on how they could improve the event. Allow me to check my notes. Number one, they could sell less tickets. I mean, that's an option, right? You could sell less tickets to the event. It wouldn't be elbow to elbow. It'd be less wait for each individual game as you went to play it. The suggestion is maybe you could extend the hours that it's open to the people who have bought tickets. I mean, you had the separation between like the media, the news, and then you had like the general public, which also the news people got to go into that as well. But you could extend that period, or you could make it tiered. Group A comes in at this time, Group B comes in at this time, Group C at this time, or maybe expand the days a little bit. You make it a little bit longer event, and maybe more people are able to get in and play some of those games. I don't know. I'm sure the misconception about the showcases versus the conference event is 100% on me. I didn't do enough research. Not really the event's fault. If I could say anything, be very clear and deliberate in your advertising and say, hey, this is the event. It's a not a showcase, but it's a showroom floor that has different games in it, different vendors. I did win a 5-hour energy drink, a little basketball game, so I was pretty happy about that. The rest of the time I just spent arguing with my wife about how sweaty and tired we were. In conclusion, take my words with a grain of salt, but also if you are looking to go to E3 and you're on the fence about it, I say don't go. Wait until you hear about some of the more positive changes that they've made to the conference. Anyway, I'm going to be sitting at home this year streaming the E3 showcases on my phone or on my Xbox. And I think that's a good way to do it, especially if you're just interested in some news. If you really want to play some new games, you can try, but you'll probably only get one or two. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you learned something about E3, about yourself, or about myself, you can like the video, and you can follow the channel or the page, and I will see you at the next E3.